Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Wednesday night. Floods, fires, and aliens. Yes, we have aliens. I'm going to get into the alien part here in just a few minutes. Do bear with me. Also, have two good passages I'm going to share. One of well, both of them are awesome, of course, very impactful. So do stay tuned for that. If you like this video, hit the like button. It helps us out. We'd appreciate it. And if you have not yet done so, do consider subscribing to the channel. Again, that really helps us out. We appreciate it very much. Thankful for all of your support. Really do. Floods, I didn't realize so many massive floods were going on and or have been this week. And somebody had pointed it out to me, and some videos were sent by a couple of viewers, but and Mrs. Dawg was talking about it a while ago. We were watching a little footage from it, but all over the place. I mean, in the Northeast United States, Boston and Massachusetts and Rhode Island having pretty massive floods issues going on. Now, was not aware of that. You just don't hear about them. Libya. Libya is racked. I mean, massive floods. Death toll there over 2,300 people. That might be higher now. But some of that footage looked unreal. I mean, tearing up towns. I mean, floods really bad there. Also flooding in central Greece. Really bad. I mean, it looks, some of that video just looks horrid. I mean, it does. And in Hong Kong, it says the flooding there it's underwater. Hong Kong, the worst in 140 years. Now, all those are just floods. What is going on? What's going on? We got earthquakes. We know about the one that occurred in Morocco. I think that was this past weekend, but that's a long recovery. I mean, that death toll keeps going up as well, thousands, and massive damage there. That was a large one there. I forget the exact number on the Richter scale, but it was big. So we got that. We got fires. If you looked at a fire map where it shows just active fires, it's unreal. I mean, it's really scary. I mean, and the interesting thing about it, if you really look at it, is that it's mostly countries like the United States, Canada, Australia. I think there was some in South America. But it's just interesting where the majority of them are located as far as fires. Now, I know Greece had some as well, and others in Europe, but really very interesting. I mean, are these the beginning of the birth pains that were mentioned in Matthew? It does make you wonder. I mean, it really does. And then we have this massive hurricane going. I forgot the name of it now, but this one that's out in the Atlantic right now is getting closer to the United States. That thing, we were watching a little report on it a while ago here, and that is huge. I mean, it takes up a lot of the map there, and they're kind of still unclear where it's going to hit or how much of an impact it's going to make on North America on the East Coast. But right now, it looks like it's going to hit that northeast part of the United States or into Canada. But if you're in the northeast part of the United States or even into Canada up that way, definitely stay alert on this, okay, and follow this, okay. It's huge. I mean, crazy. Okay, I got to go into aliens and remember. I don't know, what was it, a year or so ago? It might have been more than that. It might have been a couple of years ago when all this stuff's going, all these, the Twilight Zone was hitting us full effect, and one thing after the other. And a popular little saying back then was, "What's next? Aliens? Cue the aliens." Yes, they are next. They're here. So who would have guessed, right? We predicted that one. Somebody said, what's the difference between conspiracy theorist and reality or the truth? About 6 months. Well, maybe a little longer this time, but wow. I mean, they're here, according to folks, certain folks. Now, I saw a story today, you might have seen it, out of Mexico, scientists unveiling, it's hard to even say this, mummified aliens. They look like they're about 3 feet long. I mean, if you haven't seen this yet, just look up, search mummified aliens in Mexico. You'll see it. It's all over the place. They're saying that they're about 1,000 years old. I think one said 700 years old as far as carbon dating, whatever that is. I'm not a scientist, but they were presenting these mummies to the Mexican Congress, I guess. Sounds like. It's really quite remarkable to look at it. I don't know what to make of it, but they look like, and I was thinking the same thing when Miss Dawg said, it looks like E.T., from the movie E.T., the Steven Spielberg produced one back in the, what was that, back in the late 70s. And it really does. They showed a close-up of one of them, and the head, it does look like the E.T. from the movie. And also, and I'm like, Miss Dawg, it looks like it does. Look at the head. And she said, not just that, it's the fingers. It's got the three long fingers, like in the movie E.T., where he's like, phone home, phone home. And it does. It's wild. We've got a laugh out of it. But what do you make of that? I mean, Ms. Dawg said it looked like an art project, paper mache or plaster of Paris or something. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know what to believe nowadays. What you hear, what you read, what you see on video, what you see on news. It really is. It's difficult to discern at times. Um, I tend to believe, and then there's still a lot of talk of the UFO stuff now. And they're saying, and the government's coming out here and saying that they're going to come out with more comprehensive report on UFOs. I believe they said either later this month or next month. I tend to believe that a lot of that's distraction material. I do believe that. That's my first thought. Now, there's obviously something up there. I mean, there's a lot. There's been so much video and eyewitnesses and all that about and pilots video showing this stuff, and it's pretty wild. I tend to also believe that it is advanced human technology. Uh, don't know for sure. If it's non-human, I tend to believe it's more fallen angels, demonic. If it's not if it's not non-human at all, then it's got to be advanced human technology. The Bible does talk about the Nephilim. They talk about fallen angels. So, you know, I it's our, like I said, I think that the main thing is just a distraction piece. Share what you think. I mean, this should be interesting. I want to get your take on the alien thing as well. Plus, what I talked about before, as far as all these earthquakes and all these floods, you got massive hurricanes. I know we get hurricanes every hurricane season, and some of them can be very devastating. We had one down in northwest Florida here not long ago. So, but share what you believe about that as well. I know that it leads me into a couple of verses, and I know when I saw the alien story, especially, uh, and I've thought about this too when they talk about UFOs a lot, is that Genesis 1:1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and earth," and that's just God breathed truth. He created the heavens, plural, and the earth. So the earth is key in all of this, and He created it. I also have my second passage was on the Bible app for today. It is Romans. This is a good one. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Amen. We do not have to be, we do not need to be conformed to the popular culture of this world, the worldly things at all. We need to keep our focus on Jesus. And, we serve a God that is on the throne, never changes, is always faithful. And the verses, the Bible doesn't change. It doesn't conform to the popular opinions, how culture uh, progresses, they'll say, So anyway, that's my thoughts. Share your thoughts on that as well. And let's keep preparing. Let's not get too distracted or too much off the ball. Let's just keep focused, like I said, on our spiritual readiness. Stay close to Jesus, the most important prep. Let's stay safe. God bless you. I will see you soon.